Okay, Soto, nilecturean ni Cheese. Soto, nilecturean ni Cheese. 40 minutes. The Constitution is supreme, not a Senate, not the impeachment court. Talaga lang! Sige, pakinggan natin to. Maganda to. Pag nilecturean si Cheese, na-excite tayo pagdating dito, no? Kasi yung mga hindi sumusunod sa Constitution, gumagawa ng sariling Constitution. Okay? Kabilisan natin. Ay, hindi pa pala pwede. Bilisan natin, bilisan natin. Charbad, may kalab shoutout, Charbad.
About Senator or returning senator and now Senate impeachment
Salamat, Sir Tony.
Lacson, stating that senator judges cannot move for the dismissal of the case. He said this is not only against the Constitution, but this is inappropriate and goes against the will or the principle behind impeachment process as debated and decided by the framers of the 1987 Constitution. So Ping Lacson is really saying that what the senators are doing, led by Senate President Chis Escudero, is that they are going contrary to the principles behind
wala namang kwenta yung kaaway nyo.
The provisions of the 1987 Constitution.
Basura.
And they are also going against the tradition in the courts where judges are supposed to just try cases and not to dismiss it outright.
Tama, dapat impartial, dapat
and that is
impartial.
something that the group of Chis Escudero are doing. But many or some in this channel reacted by asking bakit lawyer ba yan si Ping Lacson? So ang sagot natin, hindi nga lawyer si Ping Lacson, pero matagal na yan sa gobyerno.
Guys, malapit na pala tayo mag 500 likes. Baka naman, konting push na lang guys, 500 like na tayo. Baka nakakalimutan nyo mag-like. Like and subscribe tayo. Wala pong bayad yan, no? Pati kayo mga garapata, magsiiyakan kayo dyan. Okay, tuloy.
Senior senator na yan, at senior na rin sa edad, at marami yan mga lawyers. Maraming mga lawyers yan na ina-advise siya. Siguro sasampu ang lawyer niya. Both yung sa Senado o kaya pati mga private lawyers na nagbo-volunteer, nagbigay ng advice sa kanya or mga circle of friends niya na mga lawyers. So kumbaga, in short, dahil mga senator, may mga lawyers, bayad natin, bayad ng taong bayan, mga kongresista, may mga chief legal officer sa mga yan. Meron yan mga chief media officer or MRO ang tawag nila, media relations officer, officers, MRO. At in the past, we also played that role na rin, naging media relations officers chief rin tayo na mga senador and congressmen nung active pa si VAT sa Dean & King's Communication, yung PR film natin. So kumbaga, in short, walang senator or walang kongresista pwede umasta ng bobo o tanga dahil meron siya mga staff na mga lawyers mandated by law and paid by us na ang pwede niya gawin ay tanungin lang mga yan. So kung meron man mga senators na bago or mga kongresista na bobo talaga or nagsasalita na talagang bobo, so hindi lang bobo yan, tamad pa yan na ikonsulta at pag-upuan at i-master yung isang issue kasama yung mga lawyers niya. Kaya I'm telling you this, I'm giving you this background dahil ito ang dahilan. Kaya naniniwala ako, kahit hindi lawyer, may sense itong sinasabi ni former Senate President Tito Soto, si Tito Sen, na nagdi-disagree siya na supreme ang mas mataas ang Senate or ang impeachment court under Chis Escudero, mas mataas siya kaysa sa Constitution. Sabi ni Tito Sen, hindi. And obviously, he is basing this on his consultations with his government-paid lawyers and also maybe private lawyers na siguro bayad rin natin or bayad niya na sinasabi niya ngayon, hindi pwede mas mataas pa ang Senado o ang Senate Impeachment Court kaysa sa Supreme Court. Kaya hindi sila pwede i-dismiss ito dahil hindi yan nailagay ng mga framers of Constitution sa saligang batas natin. Ha? Na there is no such animal na pwede mo patayin ang impeachment through a majority vote. Yan. So, i-play natin yung legal wisdom ni Tito Sen, na kahit hindi naman lawyer, pero nagsasalita after consulting with his lawyers at based on his experience as a former Senate President at senior member of the Senate na rin, na kumbaga parang kahit hindi siya lawyer, pero
Yasa na.
parang he sounds more like a lawyer than Chis Escudero because at least Tito Sen, na kahit galit man tayo sa kanya, kahit hanggang ngayon unforgiven pa tayo kay Tito Sen dahil kay Pepsi Paloma at ano-ano pa man, naging kwan rin ito, naging Duterte boy rin ito, hindi rin ito inaksyonan ang mga pagka-abuso ng Duterte admin, mga panmaliskam, pati mga EJKs. Pero at least ngayon, at least kumakambyo siya. He is siding with the people. And that's why medyo we will be giving credence, paniwalaan natin dito sa issue na ito. So, at syempre, quad sila, at loggerhead sila. Kumbaga, they are out, quad sila ni Chis Escudero. They are in a war of leadership war. Kasi Tito Sen is challenging the leadership of Chis Escudero. So, tingnan natin who will win. Pero ngayon, dito muna tayo sa views ni Tito Sen sa impeachment trial. Impeachment
Go.
And thank you, One News ng TV5 for this video.
Importante. So it doesn't matter if it's connected to the impeachment or what. No, I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Fair enough. But Tito Sen, nauna naman pong sinabi rin ni SP Chis Escudero that in the Senate, plenary is supreme. He even cited that as an impeachment court, kumbaga they also have blanket authority to really try and decide an impeachment trial. What happens, Tito Sen, pagdating ng 20th Congress at may mag-move po to dismiss this impeachment complaint?
Will happen.
The Constitution is supreme, not the Senate or not the impeachment court. So the impeachment court.
Paktay ka ba to? Paktay ka. Magdi-disagree si Tito Sen pag nag-motion ka na naman dyan. Agoy.
Must follow the Constitution.
Tama. Yun.
Tito Sen, there are talks of you leading
So
the
the Constitution is supreme, not the Senate or the impeachment court under Chis Escudero. Kasi yun nga, parang umaasta si Chis Escudero na parang siya na ang kwan, parang siya ng hari dyan. Mas mataas pa siya sa konstitusyon. Samantala, lahat tayo, including the President, including the Vice President, o excluding the Vice President, but the House, the Senate, lahat tayo, we are all governed by the Constitution, the basic law of the land. Kung wala nang sumusunod sa konstitusyon, magkakakwan na tayo, makaka-chaos na tayo. At makakagulo ng bansa, babaksak na tayo. At yan ang ginagawa ng Senado ngayon. Sumusunod sila sa Chis Hart 2025 Constitution. Tuloy tayo.
the minority camp? Posible po ba talaga yun, Tito Sen?
Yeah, that's possible. If we're not going to vote for who the 13 members of the Senate would vote as Senate President, those who will not vote for that particular senator automatically becomes members of the other side or the other fence, and that the other fence is the minority. So whether you would like to call yourself an independent bloc or macho bloc or whatever it is, as long as you don't vote for the Senate President, you are not member of the majority, you are automatically a member of the minority. And I'm ready to be a member of the minority. I have no problem at all. As a matter of fact, that will be a second or third chance for me to be so, because I was minority leader during the time of Senator Trilon.
Pero no one's approached you pa rin about being or leading the minority, Tito Sen?
Wala naman, wala pa. Kaming mga grupo-grupo, nag-uusap na kami that if we don't get it, if they do not get the required number of votes, we might end up in the minority. Dapat pag-usapan lang. Maganda na rin yun sapagkat then we can try to...
Okay, may tanong dito. Si June 360. Good day, sir. Bat and all batmates. Nice outfit. Battle ready. In support of Israel po ba yan na, well, but already totoo kasi unang report natin kanina na yung awayan, World War III, hindi lang na mga first wife at saka ng mga mistresses, kundi si Duterte na mismo.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform, you have the power, not IT, not admin.
Na hindi nalaman or hindi sinabihan ni Hanilet na ibebenta pala niya yung 20 million Duterte House. So ibig sabihin ganun kalala ang gera na pati si Duterte na drag in na. Pati si Duterte nagagalit na dahil binentahan yung bahay niya na siya ang pinondohan, although nakapangalan kay Hanilet, pero hindi siya sinabihan o hindi hiningi yung permiso niya. Nabigla na lang siya nung sinabihan siya ni Pulong Duterte ukol dito sa bagay nito. So, diyan natin makikita. Kaya ganito ang atar natin. Hindi naman natin suportado ang Israel kasi marami rin tayo mga sumblero from Egypt, from Jordan, from Qatar, from Turkey, kalaban rin ng Israel. So, hindi po yun. Hindi yan statement of support sa Israel. Nagkataon lang, nandito tayo sa Zamboanga. Kalahati kasi yung may mga sombrero ako doon sa bahay ko sa bundok, sa Rizal. May mga sombrero ako sa Quezon City. At may sombrero ako dito sa Zamboanga. Nagkataon lang, nakita ko bagay ito sa damit ko na battle ready. Kasi nakikita naman natin, kahit sa Senado, ayan, may kwan rin, may battle royal rin. Itong si Tito Soto at Chis Escudero sa Senate leadership. O, tuloy tayo. So, kumbaga, we are amid a judicial and political war in the country. At mga Duterte naman, they are in the throes of marital war. Or war of the wives, mistresses, and children.
Straighten out issues, things that have been not doing well in the last year or so. Kaya maganda na rin siguro yun.
You know, Tito Sen, a controversy last year when the budget was being deliberated on was all these insertions that were not bared to the public. And now, what is your stand when it comes to the bike camp? Are you willing that this also be made public?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the one of the first bills that I'm filing is the FOI. And now the import. But let me just recall the fact that for 4.5 years I was Senate President. There was never a controversy as far as the budget is concerned because my chairman of committee.
Totoo yan, ha? Totoo yan. Kahit maiba tayo sa issue, nangyari lang yung mga insertion sa time ni former Senate President Mick Subiri, and then sumunod si Chis Escudero. Kumbaga, bine-blame natin parati si Speaker Romualdez sa blank budget report, BICAM report. Pero hindi lang nag-initiate sila Speaker Romualdez, pero inapprove rin nila Chis Escudero. Kumbaga, nagsama-sama na nila para itago yung budget sa atin. Kaya okay ganun rin ang posisyon ni Ping. Dapat kung yung mga senatorial at congressional investigation ginagawa live at mga budget deliberation ni Sara ginagawa live, dapat live rin yung BICAM meetings and BICAM report. So ang unang bill pinal niya yung FOI, Freedom of Information Bill. So kung ganyan, dapat i-testing lang natin itong si Tito Soto as Senate President kasi nakita na natin na lahat na lang ng kalukuhan simula pa sa katiwalian sa budget nangyari under the Chis Escudero administration or presidency. Kaya siguro ayaw talaga bitawan ni Chis ang Senate presidency. Billion rin, ha? Ilan bags pa yan ni Hart mabibili niyan. Billion rin ang nakataya diyan.
The Committee on Finance, Senator Angara, was very open. Sani Angara, he was very open, and I made sure that anybody can all the vice chairman or anyone who would want to attend the bicameral conference committee can do so. Kaya walang problema kami for 4.5 years.
Kahit si President
Maxwell
Marcos
Roses,
na babahala
out.
sa katiwalian under kay Chis Escudero at
Naku, narangan tayo, Mabsat.
Speaker Romualdez at sinabi niya, uupo siya dyan mismo sa BICAM deliberation. Hindi nga siya barred by the Constitution siya due to separation of power para magsalita. Pero obserbahan lang niya. So ibig sabihin, ganyan kalala ang korupsyon na nangyayari dyan sa Senado, sa budget, under the watch of Senate President Chis Escudero. Kumbaga, akala natin kasalanan ni Chis sa atin dito lang sa pagpabor niya kay Sara Duterte at pinapatay niya yung impeachment. Doon pa sa blank form na budget, katiwalian rin yun ni Chis Escudero at saka yung mga Marcos congressman and senators.
Yes, itong nangyari itong last year na to, talagang dapat magalit ang tao sapagkat hindi lang close door kung ano pa ang nangyari. And siguro at the proper time, maybe August or September, we'll be able to trace it out and come out into the open about what really happened there.
Okay, and just related to that question of Ses, no, some lawmakers are saying dapat i-legislate na itong transparency sa BICAM para hindi na pabago-bago, no, kung sino lang yung nakaupo dyan, sino yung chairman, kung open siya or hindi. Ano yung thoughts niyo about legislating transparency in the BICAM?
Very good, perfect. Eksakto yun sa FOI bill ko. Because the Freedom of Information Bill will include that. We can include that. Bakit itatago? Pera ng taong bayan yun. Bakit itatago at mag-uusap 2-3 tao na? Hindi pwede yun. Yung small body na tinatawag ng araw sa amin, hindi pa pwedeng yung chairman lang ng finance at saka yung chairman lang ng appropriations ang mag-uusap. And much more, lalo nang hindi pwedeng yung Senate President lang at saka yung chairman ng appropriations lang nag-uusap. Hindi pwede yun. Kailangan yun yung ibang members, yung ibang vice chairman, kahit na tinatawag nilang small BICAM kung tawagin. Dahil yung main BICAM, mga easily about 20-25 members of the House, and then in the Senate around 7 or 8. So they would want it to be medyo babasan ng konti. So there would, usually when I was Senate President, there would be about 5 from the House of Representatives and about 3 or 4 from the Senate. And it is not really closed door. At kung sakali mo meron sila na pag-uusapan na hindi nakakarating sa publiko, I always make sure that when Sonny Angara reports it on the floor, he reports it point by point, what happened, what transpired, what is different from what we passed. And hindi katulad nitong nangyari nitong nakaraan. Talagang magagalit ang taong bayan, lalo na pag nalaman nila kung ano nangyari.
Tama.
Bukod po sa FOI, what are your other priorities?
So yun, tama ha. Kasi talaga, nanakawan talaga tayo, mga half a trillion na mga senator at congressmen na nilaro itong BICAM report at 2025 budget. Sana hindi na maulit yan sa 2026 budget. So sorry, napunta na sa usapan ng budget, pero that is also something that we will be monitoring around August, September kung binabalangkas ng budget. Maganda, at least nandyan na si Ping Lacson, nandyan na si Tito Soto, at lalabanan nila na gawing isa publiko itong BICAM report. Hindi lang sila lang nag-uusap, ito sa'yo, ito sa akin, ito kay Presidente, ito kay Vice Presidente, ito sa kamag-anak ko, ito sa girlfriend ko, ito sa mistress number 1 ko, itong project sa kaibigan ko, sa kalyado ko, ganun-ganun lang eh. So maganda ito. So balik tayo sa sinabi ni Tito Soto. So tama naman ito, ha? Dapat the Constitution is the basic law of the land. At dapat sunurin natin 'yan. At pwede pa sila yan kasuhan for dereliction of duty, and also pwede pa kasuhan ng violation of the anti-graft law. At sana gawin talaga yan. Sana hindi naman sila impeachable officers. Pwede rin sila imbestigahan ng kaya siguro ilalagay ni President Marcos si Boying Remulla dyan sa Office of the Ombudsman para pati ito mga abusadong mga senador pwede kasuhan ito. Alam ko hindi lang nila na ilalabas yung
I canceled my Midjourney subscription because this AI does everything I need.
Yung COA report, ay alam ko meron din yung adverse finding ng mga senators at congressmen. Kaya lang, syempre, tinarget lang nila si Sara. Kaya yung adverse report lang ng COA kay Sara ang lumabas. Pero I'm very sure may mga adverse report din ito laban sa ibang senator at congressmen dahil sa pagnanakaw nila ng pera natin. At dapat, kuwan rin yan, ha? Tingnan rin yan, investigahan rin yan ng ombudsman and then kasuhan ang mga ito. Ha? Pwede kung over 50 million ang katiwalian, kasuhan ng plunder para makulong na kaagad yan. Ha? So, tingnan natin kung gagawin ito ni Remulla, Boying Remulla, na nag-apply na to be para maging the next ombudsman. Although syempre, medyo duda rin tayo whether gawin niya ni Remulla kasi makakaalyado niya mga ito. Sana nga isang matinong ombudsman na lang ang ilalagay diyan. Tulad ni former Justice Carpio. Sana nga tingnan natin ha. O si Juan, o si si Magno, Shelo Magno, lawyer rin ata yun eh. Ewan ko kung lawyer ba yun or accountant. Lawyer lang kasi dapat i-appoint dyan eh. Pero maraming matitino na pwede i-appoint sa ombudsman. So sige, so ganito.
Malabo si Shell Magno, Sir Bad. Kinokontra niya si Marcos, di ba? Binabatikos niya si Marcos. Narinig ko mismo sa EDSA, yun nandyan ako sa EDSA, binabatikos niya si Marcos. Hindi lang si Sara, isinama niya si Marcos. Kaya malabo yan si Shell Magno. X yan.
Ang view ni Tito Soto, tulad ng sinasabi natin na kahit hindi yan lawyer, pero may long years of experience yan at marami yan legal advisors na nag-advise sa kanya on his stand on legal issues. At dito may tama si Tito Sen na dapat hindi umasta ang Senado, na hindi sila covered by the 1987 Constitution dahil mas mataas sila sa 1987 Constitution. So kung rito si Miriam Pasagin, pwede rin si Lorna Kapunan, pwede rin, kilala ko yan si Lorna, pwede rin. So tuloy pa ikuan natin, mag-ingay tayo for President Marcos to be enlightened at mag-appoint ng mas matinong ombudsman na hindi professor, hindi politiko. Oy, ito pala sabi ni Conrad Libunaw, nga hindi economist lang ata ito si Shelo Magno, hindi lawyer. Pero marami diyan. So sige, hanggang dito muna tayo. And we'll be giving you more updates as the day progresses. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and see you in my next vlog.
Alright. Okay, salamat Sir Bad. Next, last topic tayo mga basta. Balikan natin tong bahay ni Kwan.